guest because we have a lot to talk about today. And her name is Jane L. Robinson, a certified health coach from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition and founder of Jane L. Robinson Creative Living Solutions. There we go. Creative Living Solutions, a personalized, holistic firm. I gotta turn down the volume of myself. There we go. See, this is live. This is what happens live. Lost my train of thought. There we go. A personalized, holistic firm in Delray Beach that will guide and inspire you to create an authentic life full of vitality and joy. As a health coach, her mission is to give you guidance and understanding of healthier foods and a balanced lifestyle because we're all unique individuals and we each require personalized programs according to age, gender, blood type, daily schedules, wellness goals, and lifestyle. So she will work together with you to foster accountability and have self-sufficiency that will evolve into lasting habits. Today, our topic is going to be organized to simplify. And I am so excited to welcome Jane L. Robinson back to the show. Jane, Happy New Year.
Same to you. Thank you for having me.
And so is there anything... Talk into the mic, my dear. So is there anything that I left out that you wanted to possibly add to that introduction?
No, I think you put it all in there, and
Bring it close to your face.
I'd like to talk about
Perfect.
2018, how we're going to have a fantastic organized lifestyle, be healthy, and be happy.
Yes, so that is terrific. And it's the new year. Everybody has new, fresh, a perspective of life, and they're all ready to make all those resolutions and do all new things, and they're excited. So it's the best time to catch them, best time to grab a hold of them and say, let's simplify your life. Let's organize your life so you can go through 2018 and hit those goals that we talked about at the beginning of the year. The show we had at the beginning of the year was all about goal setting and how to actually achieve those goals. And organizing your life is one way to do that. Correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I want to ask you because when you go to our website, janelrobinson.com, there is a block that says organize to simplify. So I want you to explain what that means.
Well, a lot of people, they have great ideas. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to shop correctly. I'm going to have organized closets. My house is going to be perfect. But sometimes it becomes overwhelming and they have too many projects. Mm-hmm. So my thought process, it has to be done in phases. And quite often you can't do it by yourself.
Right.
For myself, I believe every time you open someone's kitchen cabinets, it's full, totally full. So you have no idea what food you have. So you buy more.
Right.
You buy the latest...
Wasting
money. You buy the latest saucepan because it's advertised on television, even though you have one in the back of the cupboard.
Right.
So my thought process is you have to be able to see, touch, and reach. If you can't do any of that, you'll never use anything you have in your house.
Right. And how many times, like you said, we go and we buy something and not realizing, oh, I already have like 5 of these in the back of the closet.
Well, yeah, true. And then food, like you always buy 2 for 1. Mm-hmm. And then it goes into the cupboard and that's it.
And perishables.
Yeah.
If you don't know that you have it in the refrigerator because you stuff new stuff in front of it and it ends up going bad.
So I always believe if you can see it and touch it and reach it,
then
we have a good chance that we're going to do this. But to do that is a big job. It's not a small job to do the organization.
Right.
You have to think about it. You have to be prepared to get rid of stuff.
Yes.
And look at the big picture at the end of the day. That's what you have to do.
And, we're in a society right now that where it's hectic. We live hectic lives. We have a lot going on. And we think we lead simple lives, but, in reality, we don't. And so, like you're saying, you have to be able to feel it, touch it, and see it so that you can continue to use it. And another really brilliant point is that a lot of us need help. A lot of us need help. We think we can do it, but we really can't. You really can't. And I'm looking right at you. You can't. So,
which is totally true. And sometimes even if you want to do it yourself, I have a client that I will go and talk with them, and we will go through the cupboards. I will give them ideas.
Yeah.
And then they say, that's fine, I can manage. 3 months down the road, they call me back.
They haven't done it.
They haven't done it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think if you assist somebody in helping them do it, it's a better thing to do.
It's a little easier for them. And we're attached to our stuff.
That's the problem.
We're attached to a lot of our stuff that we really don't need, but we're attached to it. And so that can become a really big problem because you're not using it, but you still don't want to get rid of it. So you need another eye, someone else that is objective. And
give options, like we're not going to throw it in the garbage. That maybe there's somebody else can really enjoy what you've enjoyed, and you're not throwing it out, you're giving it to somebody.
It's being reused and recycled.
Yeah. And you could find a charity, or maybe we could sell them on eBay or a website on Facebook or something like that. So you give them
options.
If you give them options, then you get much better results.
Yes. The stay or go. It's not just, you say, okay, well, we can gift it to someone else, and you feel a little bit better about gifting it instead of just throwing it away.
Well, I think you do. And then if you really say to them, when did you last touch it? When did you last wear it? It's really dusty, or it doesn't look quite so bright as it was.
Yeah.
Then they think about it, and then it's not so easy, not so difficult to get rid of it.
To release it.
Yes.
To release it and let it find a new home with someone else.
And sometimes when you just reorganize the cupboards or the closet or the garage is always a big issue. Make it look organized. They feel so much better. You
feel a lot lighter.
You do.
Over the holidays, I reorganized my office and I got rid of a lot of stuff, and I felt I'm getting so much work done. I'm in my office because I know where everything is.
Correct. And when you come home at night time after working all day and you're looking at it all, there's no way you're going to start organizing or get rid of anything. You're going to just shelve the whole thing. You know what?
Because the other situation too is when you start the process, it creates such a mess.
It does.
That you get exhausted, so you don't even want to start, because it's like, if I don't have the time to finish it, I'm just going to be in this mess, and I don't want to be in this mess. So let's just throw a blanket over it and leave it there, right?
Well, what I found is if we do it in phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, then they're not so overwhelmed. Phase 1 is a small project,
right?
And then we have piles, keeping, give away.
Throw away. And that works too. Or after I've met with somebody, I'll give them dots. Green is staying or moving. Yeah.
Pink is a definite out. Red is a big alert. So, they kind of like the dot system and then they don't have to pick up everything. I can remove what's not staying.
Again, getting help, because now you're assisting them in actually getting the stuff out, and it doesn't have to stay as a big cluttered mess.
And I think if you simplify your life at home, then you can cook properly, then you can shop wisely, then you can go and enjoy yourself at the gym or ride your bicycle, hang out with the kids or something like that. But when you come home constantly to this, what you think you should be doing,
right,
it doesn't happen.
It's bad energy. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and talk more about organizing and simplifying your life in 2018 with Jane L. Robinson. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Brinker, founder of the Brinker Education. Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Brinker, founder of the Brinker Education Initiative. We provide Hispanic students in South Florida who excel in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, financial support to achieve their educational goals. They are the youngest and fastest growing demographic in public schools, and 18 out of the 25 top best jobs in America are STEM-based. Give the gift of a college education at brinkereducationinitiative.org or contact us at 773-717-6828. That's 773
Focus and live a healthier, balanced lifestyle. Hi, I'm Jane Robinson, certified health coach and founder of Jane Robinson Creative Living Solutions. I can help you create a personalized, holistic plan through natural living, creative space solutions, and through a system of Nourish and Glow essential oils. I can guide and inspire you to create an authentic life full of vitality and joy. Contact me, Jane Robinson, Creative Living Solutions, at 561-305-2317. That's 561-305-2317. Or visit me at janelrobinson.com.
Multiple horrifying childhood dental experiences has inspired Dr. Vivian Weich, CEO of Sonrisas Dental Clinic, to become one of the most compassionate dentists in South Florida. So if you're anxious or fearful about going to the dentist, Dr. Weich is the dentist for you. With the latest in technology, Sonrisas specializes in dental, cosmetic, and orthodontic services, including Invisalign, teeth whitening, crowns, veneers, implants, root canals, cleanings, dentures, and fast braces. Call 305-944-0000 or visit sonrisasclinic.com. Anxious about going afraid of needles? Do the words about invasive surgery make you queasy? Do the words invasive surgery make you queasy to think about? After years of being mistaken for someone in her 20s, Alicia Curry, a mom of 3 in her late 40s, finally got tired of hearing, "You should write a book about why you look so young." So that's exactly what she did. In her book, Age Younger, 21 Tips to Make Your 40s Look Like Your 20s, she outlines 21 of her top tips for looking and feeling decades younger. These tips can easily be implemented into your own lifestyle so you too can make your 40s look like your 20s. Go to acradio.live to order your copy today. Now, let's get back to the show. We are back. Yay! So I am here with Jane L. Robinson, certified health coach from the Certified Health Coach, and her company is Creative Living Solutions. And Jane's specialty, as we were talking over the break and before the show, is helping the elderly move into, if they have to downsize or move into a retirement community, is really helping them to move. And a lot of times they have, 30, 40, 50 years of memories and of things that they've gathered over that time. And so she specializes in really taking the burden off of the children who don't have the time to do it, and helping to ease that kind of anxiety that the parents have in having to leave all their things behind. So talk a little bit. You talked about, you just completed a job that was really satisfying.
It was very satisfying. They were very elderly, and she had a little memory disability. And they had lived in the house for 50 years, and they had stuff, and he said he had stuff. And she wasn't able to let go of it. So the crunch came. We had to move all of a sudden, and we have a house full of stuff. Yeah. So I spent a couple of days with them going through her personal things, and then eventually she got it, like, you know what, I don't need this. So we were able to get rid of it. And we did move them in 2 days, and we did downsize them in a couple of days. And I moved them over. We packed the day before, and that puts them in a bit tizwas. But in the meantime, her children didn't have to fly in because I was totally responsible for them. And I spent my time with them, and my team also comes in and introduces themselves and talks to them while we do the process. Right. And it was very, I saw they called me this morning and said they were having a phenomenal time in this new place. And it was like the other place was history.
Didn't exist anymore.
Didn't exist. But it was time consuming because the dinner plates and the glasses and you have to kind of talk them into, they will never have another dinner party. They're never going to have a cocktail party because these things don't happen anymore.
Those are memories now.
So what we do is pick out things that are very close to them their special chair, their, you kind of gather what clothes they wear every day, and then you kind of like gravitate towards that so they don't see the other stuff going out. And
focus over here. Don't pay any attention over there.
Right. And once again, like young people today, everybody's refrigerator is so full of food.
Yes.
Food that's never eaten. So, yeah, I what I do then is I take some of their food over, like milk, bread, mayonnaise is a classic. And then I said, no, I'm donating the rest. Because they're never going to cook again either.
Oh, wow.
So it's a whole change of how their lifestyle is going to be.
So you're helping them to really adjust to the new lifestyle change
Absolutely.
that they're going to experience.
Picking out their furniture. Sometimes I take them shopping. We buy new furniture or sheets or things like that. But yeah, it's challenging and it's hard work, but I think it's worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that the children who have busy lives, and when they do come into town, they're in a hurry to make it happen. Well, you have to have patience. You have to have time and patience to go through everything.
Especially with if you have an elderly parent with dementia or some disability, it becomes more of a challenge.
It does become a challenge because you have to make sure you're talking to them.
Yes.
Make sure that even if you're talking to the other one, you have to make sure they're listening and they're hearing you and you're making them part of it. And what they tend to do is what you pack when you're not there, they unpack.
Yeah.
So it's
a little back and forth.
A little back and forth. But if you give them options, it changes the whole thing.
That's great.
Like they're participating in the decision making. That's the most important thing.
And they feel a lot better
by it. Even with anybody, you have to give them the idea that they're making the decisions.
Yeah.
Even though you can just guide them a little bit.
That's good. That's good. And someone here on Facebook is saying it's such a needed specialty. Yes, it is. And too many times we're quick to just not focus too much on the elderly, but they were a valuable part of a society, and we can't just say, well, just stick them in a home somewhere. They have memories and they have things that are important to them. And so allowing them to move with dignity and giving them that sense of calm and peace through the process is so important. It's
Absolutely.
so important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I let me see, someone is okay, they're saying yes, very much needed. The service is very much needed. So yeah, people are loving what you're doing, Jane. And so I believe that not only gives your client confidence in, to release some of that and move into their new stage in life, but also the children. It gives them such a sense of peace, knowing that you're taking care of that.
Yes, it is. And what I do is, especially when the children are very involved and they're out of state, I always suggest that they take my phone number, or we talk, we email, or do FaceTime, so they know who I am, that I'm a real person, that I'm, sincere with their elderly mother and her valuables. And that's very
you're not
important.
Taking advantage. Right.
That's very important.
That's the other thing. If they're out of state, out of town, and to trust someone with, their parent.
No,
is
that's very
important.
And and I like to keep up with the emails that we, this is what we're doing, this is what we're taking, this is what she'd like to take. Maybe we suggest she doesn't take it.
Like a ping pong table.
Yes.
Maybe we can leave the ping pong table behind. So that's great. So your services extend not just to everyone every day, but also you specifically specialize in elderly care and helping the seniors to simplify their lives. So that is very, very much needed. So thank you so much for that. I wanted to ask you to give us just a couple things before we wrap. To create, I know you create individualized action plans, but do you have one or two tips that can help a person identify where they are now and how they can start organizing to simplify? And I know you said, you do it in stages, but just give us like a little couple tips if you have.
When I think you're at that stage is walk around the whole house, look in your cupboards, look in your refrigerator, look in your garage. Where are you at? What do you need? What do I need to buy? Where am I going in my life?
Mm-hmm.
What do I want to achieve? And then, like with the kitchen, what do you use every day?
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to use? Do you want to cook more? So pick out your Vitamix, your blender,
right?
You know, your bowls, your favorite knives. That's your core,
right?
When that's all stuffed in the back of the cupboards, you're never going to use it.
Yeah.
You're never going to make that healthy favorite dish that you're really dreaming of.
Or if you have it high on a shelf somewhere where you can't reach it, you know, everything has to be accessible.
It has to be down. And then put it to one side. My favorite thing is I go to Bed Bath & Beyond and I buy their clear plastic containers that you can see through. So everything has to fit in those.
Right.
If it doesn't fit, it
gotta
has to
go.
go. And then you can pull the container out of
the drawer. You can pull it like a drawer out of the cupboard and see what's in it. Perfect.
Have it.
I think that's a great tip to end on. And Jane will be back next month. So if you have questions for her, you know, just let me know on Facebook. If you have an elderly parent or something that you'd like to get in touch with Jane, can you give us your contact information?
561-305-2317, touchoфenglish@yahoo.com, and janelrobinson.com.
And you service the South Florida area?
We go from Fort Lauderdale to Vero Beach.
Fort Lauderdale to Vero Beach. So if you'd like her services, go to Jane L. That's JAYNE. lrobinson.com, and you can go to my website acradio.live and click on the link that says Organize to Simplify to find out more about Jane L. Robinson's info. I thank you so much for joining me today. This half hour went by so fast. I will be back next week with another great guest. Dr. Vivian White will be with us, and I just want to wish you all health, happiness, and I will see you again next week for another show. Okay? Bye. A wise friend always says to me, we have a finite number of minutes to spend. And just like you can only spend $1 once, you can only spend 1 minute once. It's your choice. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for choosing to spend some of your minutes with me on my show. I wish you love, health, and happiness to live your life with audacious confidence. I love you, and we'll see you next time.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its